Good evening to you all. Are you able to see and hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are.
Can we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In fact, this is a bouquet I had received from BKBIET 5 years back. It is still intact in my office. Okay. So there I am with your bouquet. Dear Honorable Director, BKBIET, Principal BKBIET, and great friend of mine, Parikji, Professor Solanki, faculty members and students and BKBIET Modern United Nations organizers, Priyanshu Gandhi, Secretary General of the function, and all delegates from different countries. It's my pleasure to address you all on the inauguration of your BKBIET MUN. And it gives me great pleasure because I have been associated with Pilani for the last 4 decades, and Mera gaon hai, right? So it's great to see you all and have this. And Modern United Nations is just not another event for a college to write in the annual report. It is a organized event to groom good citizens for the country and nation at large and the world at large. The world will be a good place if it has good citizens in every country. It is not a number of members in United Nations which matters. It is a number of good citizens across the world which matters. And BKBIET MUN prepares you for this citizenship, global citizenship. I'm proud that you have taken a great initiative to do this. It improves your leadership skills, communication skills, decision-making skills, and problem-solving skills. So, if you ask how to improve soft skills, you are doing it. The MUN program. Okay. And coming to today, my great pleasure. It happens that 22nd April, when you are doing this function, also happens to be Earth Day. Right? And United Nations has a great agenda for the Earth, the Sustainable Development Goals. Right? It is for the Earth. And only when the Earth becomes sustainable, we achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, we are going to say that we live in Earth. Otherwise, we are gone cases. Okay. So today happens to be World Earth Day. And I understand that already in your agenda, you are going to have an all-party political meeting to discuss the performance of the present government. Your Security Council is going to discuss the conflict Ukraine, right, which is the hottest topic now. And also, your General Assembly is going to talk about stockpiling of weapons of mass destruction of all kinds. So, there's a great time you have planned for the next couple of days. But today, I'll give you a great start with yesterday and the global commitment. Okay, so there we are on to yesterday. I'll just share you my thoughts over a quick PowerPoint session. Just see that you are able to see the slides. May I be allowed to share the screen? Will the host allow me to share the screen, please? Are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Hello, are you able to see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. There we are. Myself, Dr. B.R. Natarajan, I hold a B Honours Chemical, MSc Honours Chemistry, MPhil, PhD from BKBIET, Pilani. I'm presently Professor and Head of the Department of Chemical Engineering at Banasthali, Vidyapith, which is NAC A++ and the second best women's university in the world as per Times Higher Education Global Ranking. That's my email ID and phone number. We can be in touch all along. And I had about 3 decades of experience with BKBIET Pilani, and I was the dean for the Work Integrated Learning Program. And from April 2010 to March 2011, I was Pro Vice Chancellor at Sridhar University, Pilani, Rajasthan. Then from July 2012 to April 2017, I was Vice Chancellor and Advisor for Sangam University, Bhilwara, Rajasthan. And from May 2017 till now, I am at Banasthali, Vidyapith, heading the Chemical Engineering Department. I have been honored by the alumni of BKBIET across the world for a special award for integrating the alumni of BKBIET with the alma mater in the best possible manner. And also, students nominated me for an Education Icon Award for a Best Teacher Award. These things happen, keep happening. But today we are on to our topic, Earth Day. Save Earth, challenge the single-use plastic. Right? Save Earth, challenge the single-use plastic. Today I told you is Earth Day. So let's begin with the auspicious recitation of this sloka. Bhumi Mangalam, Mudaka Mangalam, Agni Mangalam, Vayu Mangalam, Gagana Mangalam, Surya Mangalam, Chandra Mangalam, Jagat Mangalam, Jiva Mangalam, Deha Mangalam, Mano Mangalam, Atma Mangalam, Sarva Mangalam, Bhavatu Bhavatu Bhavatu. Sarva Mangalam, Bhavatu Bhavatu Bhavatu. Sarva Mangalam, Bhavatu Bhavatu Bhavatu. This is the recitation by Pandit Ravi Shankar and George Harrison for this Earth sloka. Okay, so you can see the YouTube, very nice presentation of the Earth Day sloka. Earth Day. Every year on April 22nd, which happens to be today, Earth Day marks the anniversary of the birth of modern environmental movement in 1970. Remember, till 1970, people were more bothered about increasing the GDP and the style of living and whatnot. But it is in 1970 when suddenly people realized environment, Vatavaran ko palan karna hai. The first Earth Day celebration was celebrated in 1970 when a United States Senator, Gaylord Nelson from Wisconsin, organized a national demonstration to raise awareness about environmental issues. Gaylord Nelson from Wisconsin. So he organized a massive procession and meeting. Rallies took place all over USA. By the end of the year, the United States government had created an environmental protection agency. Until then, it was not there. EPA and 1970, it happened after all these rallies happened. And Earth Day is an event which is celebrated more than 140 countries around the globe by 1990. And presently, as of today, Earth Day celebrations involve more than 1 billion people. Mind you, billion people spontaneously participating from over 190 countries, the global event, Earth Day. And it's great that you have organized your modern United Nations on this very day when billions of people are celebrating Earth Day. Earth Day 2022, the theme is invest in our planet. Invest in our planet. Mother Earth is clearly urging, giving a clarion call for action. Nature is suffering. Oceans filling with plastic. It's in red because that's our focus. Oceans filling with plastic and turning more acidic. Salt water, no, acidic water. Wow. Extreme heat, wildfires, floods, as well as record-breaking Atlantic hurricane season have affected millions of people. Even these days, we are still facing COVID-19, a worldwide health pandemic linked to the health of our ecosystem. There has always been a saying, God is everywhere. God is everywhere. In product after product, market after market, plastics have challenged traditional materials and one taking the place of steel in cars, paper and glass in packaging, wood in furniture. Plastics are there everywhere, everything. since plastics are in everything and everywhere, have they become God or what? We have made a demon out of this plastic. But let's have a look and take a balanced approach to how to tackle this plastic menace. That's our focus. Savior, challenge the single-use plastic. A famous or infamous here. Let's just see, the Janam Kundali of this plastics, how it all happened. 1862, Alexander Parkes introduced the world's first ever man-made plastic at the London International Exhibition, made from cellulose called Parkesine. Then it was not a big hit. 1869, John Wesley had in Albany, New York, ushered in celluloid. Suddenly, market is opening up. 1925, the word plastic entered the dictionary. The term plastic means a new group of compounds that are becoming more widely used. Its roots are from the Latin word plasticus, which means to mold, and from the Greek word plastikos or plastic to form. 1965, plastic shopping bags. Swedish company Celloplast had patents what will become the ubiquitous everywhere. Plastic shopping bag made of HDPE, high density polyethylene. This design is called the T-shirt plastic bag, for whatever reason it is there. 1970, medical uses. The first flexible plastic IV bag is released for commercial use. The bag allows for close transfusion and reduces the risk of contamination. One first good use of plastic for the blood collection in blood donation. You can see that plastic thing right there. Single-use plastic items soon replace many multi-use glass and or metal items, one used for medical staff. So a lot of plastic items entered the medical usage instead of glass and metal items. Famous or infamous, we are discussing 1977. Plastic pellets were found in prion, which is a seabird species. Where did it enter? The bird did not eat plastic, but it was plastic pellets were found in prion, the seabird. 1979, promotion of plastic shopping bags. 80% of European shopping bags are made of plastic. The trend moved to the United States, where plastic bags are marketed as superior to paper bags. They said, paper bag means you have to cut a tree and this, that, plastic, is better. Marketing gimmicks of all kinds. 1988, Resin Identification Code, RIC, Society of Plastics Industry introduces a voluntary resin identification coding system. The system uses a triangular symbol and a number to help people identify and sort plastic for recycling. So the triangular symbol and the number will tell what category of plastic it falls into and how to sort it for recycling purposes. 1989, Basel Convention. This is very important development because earlier the developed countries used to dump the plastic waste into Africa and poor Asian countries. Gabar Basel. And they were happy that Hamara Kuda ud gaya. But 1989 Basel Convention said that the transboundary movement of hazardous waste and their disposal. This is a global treaty, the Basel Convention 1989. The convention is in response to the first world countries, that is the developed ones like UK, USA, and Germany and European countries, dumping toxic waste in Africa and other parts of the developing world in Asia, etc. 1997, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Suddenly, people sailing in Pacific Ocean found there is a new island, new island, and somebody, yachtsman Charles Moore, sailed through this and found out that it is not an island; it is a plastic debris so huge that it looks like an island. Right? Oceanographer Curtis Eversmeyer names it the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The public becomes more aware of the growing amount of abandoned fishing gear and disposable plastic polluting the ocean. 2002, very important year. Bangladesh banned plastic bags. We always think Bangladesh, and all. Bangladesh was the first country in the world to ban plastic bags. It is discovered that plastic bags are blocking the drainage system in Dhaka and the whole of Bangladesh, causing major flooding, especially during the monsoon season. As a result, Bangladesh becomes the first country in the world to ban single-use plastic. Let's be proud of it. They are our neighbors across. 2011, plastic use, bag use. Every minute, 1 million, in 2011, every minute, 1 million plastic bags are consumed around the world. Every minute, 1 million plastic bags. Count kya hoga haal. 2014, microplastics in the sea. Microplastics are very, very, very minute plastic particles. It is estimated there are 15 to 51 trillion, not billion or million, trillion microplastics in the sea. This amount does not include the microplastics that have washed ashore or become part of the seabed. Some have microplastics have come ashore or they have got some to the bottom of the sea. But still, there are 15 to 51 trillion microplastics in the sea. 2014, Netherlands microbead bag. These microplastics are those small shiny things which is added in cosmetic, toothpaste and this, that, as you like, you see that some of the toothpaste, shiny balls like things, they're all microplastics. Right? You get carried away, wow, like that. Wow, like it's all gone. 2014, Netherlands microbead ban. The Netherlands become the first country to ban microbeads in cosmetic and wash of cleaning products. 2018, worldwide plastic production. Let's have a look. In 2018, 345 million tons of plastic is produced each year. It is estimated that from 1950 to 2018, we have produced nearly 6 billion tons of plastic, of which approximately 9% has been recycled, 12% has been incinerated, meaning and all the rest is remaining plastic. Out of 6 billion tons, 9% recycled, 12% burned. Where is the rest? हमारा आसपास में ही पड़ा है. Future Post creates a market for subplastics. 2018 entered China. China enacts national port policy. China bans import of most plastic and other materials that previously went to the country's recycling processes. Remember, China was one of the huge countries which used to receive plastic waste of all kinds for recycling, and China banned the import of plastic materials. It's a big thing. Prior to the ban, China had accepted almost 50% of the world's recyclable waste in plastic was sent to China. Shipments of recovered plastic to China dropped by 99% after this 2018. 2019, plastic bag banned in New Zealand. New Zealand is a beautiful country. Remember, some very good Bollywood films have been made in New Zealand. Right there. Kaho na pyar kiyega. Right. 2019, Basel Convention amendment, like modification. Basel Convention, which prohibits the export of hazardous waste to developing countries, is further amended and tightened to better regulate global trade in plastic waste. Look at this scary statistic. The big number, 5 followed by 0.00000. I'll read it out for you. 500 billion plastic bags used each year. 13 million tons of plastic leaked into the ocean each year. 17 million barrels of oil used for plastic production each year. 1 million plastic bottles bought every minute. 1 million marine animals killed by plastic each year. 100 years for plastic to degrade in the environment. So Sal Jeevit Chiranjeevi, 90% of bottled water found to contain plastic particles. Wow, you don't know. We look at it. 90% of bottled water found to contain plastic particles. 83% of tap water found to contain plastic particles. 50% of, read this line carefully, 50% of consumer plastics are single use. Ek baar use, teko. 50% of the consumer plastics are single use. We'll focus on that. 10% of all human generated waste is plastic. The reputation of plastics have suffered further thanks to growing concern about potential threat they pose to human health. Suddenly people are aware, oh, kya hoga? These concerns focus on additives such as the much discussed bisphenol A, BPA, the very important chemical used in plastic manufacture of all kinds, and a class of chemicals called phthalates that go into plastic during the manufacturing process, making them more flexible transparent. To do these things, we had all this bisphenol and phthalate, which add to the problem. Some scientists and members of the public are concerned about evidence that these chemicals leach out of they come out of the plastic and enter our food, water, and body. See, they were added to make the plastic more flexible, durable, transparent, but they come out of the plastic and enter our food system, water system, and we had it. In very high doses, these chemicals can disrupt the endocrine or hormonal system of the human body. Researchers worry particularly about the effect of these chemicals on children and what continued accumulation means for future generations. While plastics has many valuable uses, let's not question plastics are there. We need it, right? We have become addicted to single-use or disposable plastic with severe environmental consequences. That is our problem. Plastic ka question mat karo, but single-use plastic ka ungli utao, right? Because we have got addicted to it. Peko, right? Earlier, you used to carry water in a glass bottle or in a thermal flask. Once it is over, you have to wash it and refill it. But now, bottle, peko. That's where the problem comes. We are addicted to single-use plastic. We must focus on that. Around the world, 1 million plastic drinking bottles are purchased every minute, while 5 trillion single-use plastic bags are used worldwide every year. In total, half of all plastic produced is designed to be used. 50% of all consumer plastic is single-use. Only the other 50% is multi-use. Right? So they are used single and thrown away. Plastic waste is now so ubiquitous in the natural environment that scientists have even suggested it could serve as a geological indicator of Anthropocene era. They are saying, युग बदल गया, plastic के साथ हम Anthropocene, man-made disaster युग में पहुंच गए. हम पहुंचे कैसे? How did we get there? Look at this picture. The single-use plastic, right? And it is discarded, and then it is improperly disposed, and it enters. It is there entering the plant system and comes as food material, and you eat it, and the plastic they enter into the water system. We drink water, and that's it, right? We need action so that this loop is complete. This picture tells you the single-use plastic menace in one picture. Plastics Indian scenario. Bharat mein kya ho raha hai? The Indian plastic industry made a vigorous beginning in 1957. Remember, plastic became the in thing during Second World War in Europe and USA, etc. But in India, Azadi ke 10 saal baad 1957 only, plastic started featuring in the Indian system. It took more than 30 years for it to pervade Indian lifestyle. It was slowly. Even in 70s, people were using glass bottles and all, but it is somewhere mid-80s, the plastics became a hot thing for everywhere, these drinking water bottles and plastic bags and whatnot. In 1979, the market for plastic was just being seeded by the state-owned Indian Petrochemicals, and it was only in 1994 that plastic soft drink bottles became a visible source of annoyance. See, till early 90s, cool drinks were in glass bottles only. It is in mid-90s, the plastic bottle came. In the wake of plague scare in Surat in 1994, people in other cities decried the state of public sanitation and urged regulatory bodies to ban the production, distribution, and use of plastic bags. Pollution Control Board (CPCB) in 2015 estimated that average plastic waste generation in the country is 6.92% of the almost 7. Extrapolation of the plastic waste generation data from 60 major cities showed that around 25,940 tons of plastic waste per day is generated in India. Delhi, Chennai, Calcutta, Mumbai, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, and Hyderabad are among the top plastic waste generators, while Gangtok, Sikkim, Panjim, Goa, Daman, Union Territory, Dwarka, and Kavrati are lowest on the index. The massive generation of plastic waste in India is due to rapid urbanization. Spread of retail chain, plastic packaging. The more the departmental store, more the plastic packing and more the plastic waste. Right? Retail chain, plastic packaging from grocery to food and vegetable product. आजकल चाय को plastic bag में डाल के बंद के दो. Look at it. How bad things are. Right? From grocery to food to vegetable product to cosmetics and consumer items, plastics. Indian plastic consumption is 11 kilograms per capita. Right? It is only 1/10 of US and less than a third of China, according to Plus India 2015. Right? But our per capita consumption is low, 11 kg per capita, but our population 11 kg multiplied, then it will be huge. Right? But a projected high growth rates of GDP and continuing rapid urbanization suggests that India's trajectory of plastic consumption and plastic waste is going to increase higher and higher. Right? India stands among few countries like France, Mongolia, and several African countries that have initiated total or partial national level bans on plastics in their jurisdiction, according to the United Nations Environmental Programme UNEP report 2018. In this context, thereafter several states and union territories which include Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Himachal, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Meghalaya, Odisha, Rajasthan, and Tamil Nadu are currently sending their collected plastic waste to cement plants for co-processing. Several states and union territories, which include Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Himachal, Karnataka, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Nagaland, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Puducherry, and West Bengal, are using plastic waste for polymer bitumen road construction. Plastic roads, mix it with the tar and pudding. Several state union territories, which include Chandigarh, Delhi, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, are using plastic waste for waste to energy plants. That is recover the plastic into generate energy like a fuel. Right? Plastic become like a fuel to generate energy. What is single-use plastic? SUP is a plastic produced and designed to be thrown away after being used only once. By that definition, large number of products fall in the category. They include from a disposable straw. Why can't you drink from the bottle? Straw. One more plastic. Right there. To a disposable syringe. At least it prevents infection, disposable syringe. Earlier, there used to be a glass syringe with needle. They used to sterilize the needle every time for injection. But in one way, disposable syringe, something is there. India has defined SUP as a plastic commodity intended to be used only once for the same purpose before being disposed of or recycled in the Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rule 2021. The identification of single-use plastic items to be phased out based on the basis of a report by an expert committee, Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, DCPC, under the direction of the Union Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers on SUP. The expert committee comprised policy makers, scientists, academicians, and researchers in the field of plastic and allied materials. The assessment was conducted by DCPC by comparing two pillars. I'll just show you the utility index. You do two things: calculate the utility index of a plastic and the environmental impact of that plastic, and then take a decision. Right? The expert committee, this is a utility index parameter. One pillar, environmental index parameter, impact parameter. How useful the plastic is, how harmful the plastic is. Right? Utility index, environmental impact. Hygiene, these are points. Product safety, essentiality, social impact, economic impact, each is given 20 points so that the total utility is 100. Environmental impact, 100 is made up of collectability 20 points, recyclability 20 points, possibility of end of life solution 20, environmental impact of alternate product 20, littering propensity 20. So for each plastic, calculate utility index and environmental impact. Right? Obviously, the one which has high utility must be retailed. The one which has high environmental impact should be discarded. Very simple algorithm, and the methodology we just saw how the points were assigned, etc. And so the product that scores low on utility, If the product has low utility, very low utility index, get rid of it. काम का चीज नहीं है. And the one with very high environmental impact should be got rid of. Right. So that is the criteria, and many items were listed. I'll just show you the list. Right. Carry bag, utility index 32, environmental impact 84. Non-woven carry bag 21, 87. Straws and stirrers 16, 87. 16 means low utility index. Chal jayega, get rid of it. Right. Small wrapping packaging full 22, 84. Environmental impact is very high. Cutlery. Today we use cups, this, that, all plastic. Right. Even spoon, knife, fork. Right. Cutlery. And that, what is that? Foam-like thing. Right. 23 and 91. Cutlery, laminated bowls, 25 and 88. Cutlery, small plastic cup, 23, 85. Earbuds, 17 and 89. EPS for decoration, 23 and 85. Plastic banners, less than 100 micron, 22, 64. Cigarette overwrap full, 46 and 62. Disposable rigid cup, 46, 56. Wrapping film, 64, 56. This is the utility index, environmental impact. The one with high environmental impact, throw it. The one with low utility, throw it. Right? And stop plastic bag. Look at this. We got this. What is the? These are the items. But what is not to be phased out for no reason? The tobacco lobby has impact. The cigarette filter is non-biodegradable. Utility index 2093, but it is not phased out. Small plastic bottles, less than 200 ml. Utility index is less. Environmental impact 79, but will not be phased out. Plastic bottles for non-food applications will not be phased out. Plastic bottles for food and beverage, more than 200 ml, more than 200, not banned. Multi-layered packaging, not banned. There's politics in it also. Starting from September 30, 2021 through July 2022, single-use plastic, mostly those manufactured by small and medium industries, will be phased out. The schedule does not cover a range of SUPs generated by fast-moving consumer goods companies. These are the schedule, and carry bag phasing out date is given, but still you and I see in the market that these carry bags are hanging around. Right, non-woven plastic carry bag to be banned by 39 as per government order. Single-use plastic, polystyrene and polystyrene item 17/2022. Abhi July आने वाला है. Let's see. And what's happening in other countries? विश्व में क्या हो रहा है? Indian legislature consistently failed to keep promise on phasing out SUP since 2016 by diluting recycling rules with terms like non-energy recoverable and eventually coming up with half-baked solutions. Energy recovery is a process of converting non-recyclable waste to heat and energy by burning and combustion. The European Union, on the other hand, came up with a clear vision in the form of EU, European Union Plastic Strategy, which gives the industry a 3-year window till 2021 to phase out 10 identified SUP, single-use plastic items. Israel, wow, it's a great country, proposed to levy double purchase tax on SUP, double tax on SUP and disposable plasticware. The move is expected to reduce the usage by 41%, according to a study by the country's Ministry of Environment Protection. What we need to do, हमें करना क्या है? To beat the plastic pollution, we need entirely to rethink our approach to designing, producing, and using plastic products. We need solutions that lead to sustainable behavioral change. Two elements are key to this: global awareness and advocacy. आप और मैं बात करने से नहीं है, पूरे दुनिया बात करना है कि इसको हटाना है. And strong policies and leaders. Okay. And future of plastic. Despite growing mixes, plastics are critical to modern life. Plastics have made possible the development of computers, cell phones, and most of the life-saving advances of modern medicine. Lightweight and good for insulation, plastics help save fossil fuels used in heating and in transportation. There are advantages. Let's not give all galis to plastic. Kuch to taaliyan bhi dena hai. Perhaps most important, inexpensive plastic raised the standard of living and made material abundance more readily available. Even a basti wala has plastic table chair, dining table in his house here. Right? He could not have afforded a wooden dining table and chair, but he could afford a plastic one. So, thoda to manna hai ki kuch to kaam aaya. Without plastic, many possessions that we take for granted might be out of reach for all, but the richest person. Replacing natural materials with plastic has made many of our possessions cheaper, lighter, safer, and stronger. Remember, earlier people used to carry big trunk, metal alloy trunks, for coming to college hostel. Today you carry a trolley suitcase, right? So life has become good. So learn to respect the plastics also. But just to look at the single-use plastic, it's clear that plastics have a valuable place in our life. Some scientists are attempting to make plastic safer and more sustainable. Some innovators are developing bioplastic. And if the plastic can biodegrade, then all problems solved. But it is not. That is where the problem is. So scientists are working on bioplastics, which are made from plant crops instead of fossil fuel. In New Zealand, using kiwi fruit, lot of plastic products have been replaced by kiwi fruit material. In India also, there are some people who have made, a eatable spoon and fork. You eat with the fork and eat the fork also, right? So things are happening. Others are working to make plastic that are truly biodegradable, like the cone ice cream. You eat the ice cream and the cone also. Like that, you eat the spoon also because it is eatable. Okay, not a plastic spoon. Okay, plastic that are truly biodegradable. Some innovators are searching for ways to make recycling more efficient, and they hope to perfect a process which will convert plastic back into fossil fuels. That is, convert the plastic into a fuel for combustion, etc. All these innovations recognize that plastics are not perfect, but they are an important and necessary part of our future. What cannot be reused, recycled, or composted simply should not be made. But now, don't make it. The world needs a better industrial design compatible with the 21st century. New plastics economy. This is a very important global agreement. We are coming to the end of our talk. Right there. The new plastic economy global commitment. This is a very important thing led by the Ellen MacArthur Foundation in collaboration with the United Nations Environment Program, launched in October 2018. The global commitment unites more than 1,000 organizations behind a common vision of a circular economy. Right there. Cradle to grave circular economy. Right there. For plastic, in which plastic never become a waste. We must change how we design, use, and reuse plastic. We cannot simply recycle or reduce our way out of the plastic pollution crisis. If we don't act now, by 2050, there could be more plastic than fish in the ocean. Matli nahi pagdega, plastic pagdega. New plastic global commitment, the circular economy for plastic is considered every stage of a product journey before and after it reaches the customer. The approach is not only vital to stop plastic pollution, but it also offers strong economic, social, and climate benefits. By 2040, a circular economy has the potential to reduce the annual volume of plastic entering our oceans by 80%, reduce greenhouse gas emission by 25%, generate savings of $200 billion per year, create 700,000 net additional jobs. To create a circular economy, we must eliminate, innovate, and circulate. Eliminate all problematic and unnecessary plastic items. Innovate to ensure that plastics we do need are reusable, recyclable, or compostable. Circulate all the plastic items we use to keep them in the economy and out of the environment. Eliminate, innovate, circulate is the circular economy mantra. Right there. And elimination of problematic or unnecessary plastic packaging through redesign, innovation, and new delivery models is the priority. Reuse models are applied where relevant, reducing the need for single-use packaging. All plastic packaging is 100% reusable, recyclable, or compostable. And the vision has all plastic packaging is reused, recycled, or composted in practice, and the use of plastic is fully decoupled from the consumption of finite resources all plastic packaging is free of hazardous chemicals and the health, safety and the rights of all people involved are respected. Plastic, let's defend the planet, save the earth by challenging the single-use plastic. As a global citizen concerned about the state of the environment, let's all take this pledge. I pledge to stop using single-use plastic where possible. We currently produce 300 million tons of plastic every year, which is about equivalent to the weight of the entire human population. Imagine all the humans, how much they weigh, that is the 300 million tons of waste we are chucking every year. And together we can help create a healthier, a more sustainable future. Right? Wish you the very best for all your future endeavors. I'm sure this modern United Nations will take up burning issues. I'm so happy that you already come up with the Ukraine conflict, the stockpiling of weapons, and also single-use plastic have added to your agenda. I'm just showing you one small 3-minute video to close the talk. Just have a look at it. Yes, there we are.